Hey, happy Thursday. How's your week going? Has it been good? It's been good for me. I'm really glad tomorrow's Friday. I'm thinking about going and making a video after work tomorrow. It will depend on how I feel. I may actually come home and eat something first and then go. So people are starting to harass me about going and doing some videos like it's Spirit Halloween and whatnot. So it's hard though, you know, when I work full time, it's hard to go do videos out and about because I work all day. I get off at 5, then I usually go to an exercise class. I don't get home. Most nights I don't get home until after 7 o'clock at night, and then I have to make dinner. I have to eat really fast, and I have to get upstairs. I have to get a video done. I have to do random household crap. You know, it's really the only time I have to go is on the weekends, and some weekends I just don't feel like it. Like I have other stuff I have to do that I can't do during the week, and I just don't feel like going and doing it, so I don't. And Spirit Halloween here just only just opened up recently, so I couldn't have even gone even if I'd wanted to, because they weren't open yet. But I think they're open now, so I'll try to go do that. But it's just hard because this year is just very different with, you know, with me changing jobs and stuff. Speaking of which, I got the funniest email today. Talk about a small world. This was wild. Now, I was just thinking about the attorney that I used to work with when I worked at this law firm up until March of this year, like mid-March. I think St. Patrick's Day was my last day there. And the attorney I worked with, I worked with him for 20 years. And started out when I was in the word processing department, and later I became a paralegal. But I worked with him even in the word processing department when he started with that firm. And he came to that firm from another one out of state, I believe. I don't know where they were living before that. Anyway, so we worked together for 20 years. And so he was going to retire because the work that we had was being transferred to another firm. So he said, you know, I'm 73. He's 74 now. He said, I'm almost 74. I think I'm going to hang it up. I'm just going to retire. You know, my family's been bugging me to retire anyway. So anyway, I was thinking about him on the way into work this morning. I don't know what made me, somebody said on the radio reminded me of something he had said at one point or something. And I was just thinking, you know, I should email him and just let him know how my new job's going and just to see how he's doing. Because I know he had a grandchild. He has one grandson who's 4. And he had another one that was going to be born, I think was due this past August. And he has another one due first of the year, like in January. So I was going to just see how, you know, how the family was doing and everything, and how he's doing. And so I was thinking about him, and I got into work, and I got this email from, so I got this email from this attorney who also used to work with us. It's complicated. But there's this other attorney that used to work with us at the place where I used to work. I got an email from her. She said, "You will not believe what happened yesterday." I had to tell you because this was so crazy. Okay, so she lives in Greensboro. She and her husband were in San Francisco. I don't know what they were doing there. They had gone to San Francisco for something, and they're there this week. So they're in San Francisco, and they're staying at this hotel. And she said, we were waiting in the lobby for the elevator. The elevator doors open. You will not believe who stepped out of the elevator. I said, who? Your former attorney. I said, what? Yeah. He doesn't live in San Francisco. He lives in Seattle. Like, what are the odds that you would run into him there? Like, that is crazy. So I saw a picture. I got to see a picture of him. Like, oh my God. That is nuts. So she said that, you know, he's fully retired now. He played hockey when he was younger. He had a scholarship. He played semi-pro hockey, and that's how he got to go to college because his family couldn't afford to send him, but he went on a scholarship for hockey many years ago. And she said that he's going to get back to playing hockey. It's the first time he's played since COVID. He hasn't played in like 3 years, but he's going to get back into playing hockey again. Like, my God, he's in great shape. He likes to work out and stuff like that. And so, yeah. So his wife, you know, encourages him to do that, and she's really sweet. But that was just so crazy. I just had to tell somebody, like, what what are the freaking odds of that y'all were both in San Francisco? None of y'all live there. These two people don't from here. He doesn't. What are the odds? He was in San Francisco visiting one of his daughters and was staying, that he and his wife were staying there at that hotel. And apparently the attorney from here and her husband were staying there for, I don't even know what they're there for. They were staying there for something. And what are the odds that they would be there at the same time, staying in the same hotel, and he would come, it's a big hotel, and he's coming down the elevator just as they were waiting for it. That is nuts. I love stories like that. So I need to email him. I need to tell him, yeah, I heard that this person, they saw you the other day. That's funny. Oh my gosh. So I just want to give him an update on my job, and everything's good. Everything is really good. I've been working on some projects with some people, and it's been really, really interesting stuff. So it's going well. And I have discovered that there is an Aldi super close. I can get to it in like 8 minutes on my lunch hour. So I've started going to Aldi on my lunch hour sometimes, because I always bring my lunch. I don't ever go out for lunch or anything. And I like to go out there, and, you know, on Wednesdays I like to go and get, if there's anything on the aisle of shame I want, I can run out there and get it on my lunch hour, which is great. And let's see, it reminded me of this one time. We went to Disney World 2 times when I was a kid. Now, it didn't used to be expensive to go to Disney World. It really was not bad at all. It was no more than going to like Carowinds or, you know, Six Flags or something. It really wasn't. The first time we went, we didn't stay on the park. We stayed in this motel like a half hour away. And my dad has a brother down there not far away from Disney World, and he knows a guy that was working there and got us some free tickets. Anyway, the second time we did stay at the park, because my parents got some kind of package deal or something where we could stay at the park, and it ended up actually being cheaper than staying somewhere else. It was like this all-inclusive thing. Anyway, this one time, and I think it was the first time we went, because I was young, we were walking down the Main Street thing, you know, and there were these 2 groups, like these 2 families were walking, and all of a sudden they just both stopped and looked, and they just went, oh my God. And they just had this big reunion. We ended up holding their cameras like their little Instamatics and taking pictures. These 2 families lived on the same street. They were not next door neighbors, but they said they lived like 2 houses down from one another on the same street, and had no idea that the other family was going anywhere, had no idea the other family was even going to be there. And they said it was just so bizarre to see them there. Like, what are you doing here? They were from somewhere like Wisconsin or something. Like, they weren't from the area. They were from like yeah, I think it was like Wisconsin or something, or Michigan, or I don't know, somewhere up yonder. It was crazy. So we witnessed the whole thing. It was wild, and they wanted pictures, you know. So can y'all get a picture? So yeah, that was pretty neat too. That was wild. But yeah, so that was pretty cool. But it's been a good week. It's been a good week. I'm uploading a video right now. I have this cookbook. I don't know if I showed it to you. Well, it's not really a cookbook. It's more of an assembly book, where you take jars, like canning jars, you know, like a mason jar, and it's for like soup mixes, chili mixes. You put the dry ingredients in there in layers, you know, kind of like you used to do that sand art, you know, and then you put the lid on it, and the colorful fabric, and the raffia, and the little recipe card that tells you how to actually make the stuff. Yeah, so it's a recipe book of that. So I read some of that for a video tonight, because it just looked interesting. And well, frankly, that recipe book, it's like a binder, and it doesn't stack very well, so I have to leave it by itself. It's been sitting in there on my tote for weeks and weeks, and I'm frankly tired of looking at it, so I figured tonight was a good night to just go ahead and do it so I can get rid of it. I will put it in the donation box in just a minute. I will never make any of that stuff. If I'm being realistic, it will never happen. I will send it to Freedom House Thrift, and maybe somebody else can buy it and do something with it, because I damn sure won't. Several people have asked me about Marty's tail. Okay, we're waiting for his stitches and everything to heal. You know, he just got neutered not too long ago. Well, we're waiting for that to heal. I am planning to take a week off in October, because I have some vacation time I need to use up before the end of the year or I'll lose it. Because I can only carry over 5 days worth of vacation time. I can carry over 40 hours. And I did the math, and if I'm going to need to take a week off, and I may end up taking a couple of days in addition to that later, I think when they come out with the angel tree cards, I might take a day or two off to work on buying presents for the angel tree kids and doing videos of the gift wrapping and all that. I may take a couple days off for that. So that would probably be on over in November. But I'm taking a week off in October. And I'm not going anywhere. I'm just going to be a lady of leisure. I'm just going to do whatever the hell I want for that week. But I think I might call the vet and see if I can schedule an appointment to take him in to just have them look at his tail. And just, you know, like, what do you think we should do about it? Is there anything we should do about it? It doesn't seem to bother him. Like, it doesn't slow him down at all. It's funny, though, because he gets the zoomies and he runs. You know how cats, they just run all over the place? And his tail is just doing like, it looks like a Muppet. It's just like, he doesn't seem bothered by it at all, but his tail is just totally just like dead. He can't control it. So it's just flapping all. It's just doing like that. But it doesn't seem to bother him at all. I mean, he just does his thing. But I want to ask the vet, what should we do anything about it? Does it need to be removed? I mean, what do you think we should do? Because if it is causing him any pain, I want to do something if we can. You know, what in your professional opinion should we do, or should we just not do anything? I don't know. So I'm going to call and see if I can get an appointment to take him in some point during that week that I'm taking off. So, and during that week, I do have a few videos out and about that I would like to do. But I'm going to leave it open. Like, if I want to do it, I'll go do it. If I don't want to do it, I won't. I may just take the week off and sit on my ass, other than taking him to the vet. I will try to get that scheduled for that week. But other than that, if I just want to sit on my ass, if I just want to sit on the couch and watch TV all day, I may just sit on the couch and watch TV all day. If I want to sleep, if I want to nap through a movie or a Netflix special, I'll just do that. I don't know. I don't have any plans at all. And I'm going to try to keep it that way. So, yeah, I told my kids about it. I said, but don't think I'm going to be planning a whole bunch of crap, because I'm not. I'm not planning on doing much at all unless I feel like it. So, that's coming up. I'm looking forward to that. And but I need to finish getting ready and get some stuff together for tomorrow. And I still have to get a shower. But I hope your week's going well. Thank you so much for watching and for being here. And later on my other channel, you can watch my video of this book of gifts from a jar and crap like that. I don't know. It's fun. I had a lot of fun looking at it. It was interesting. But looking at those jars of dried beans and stuff, it just looked like that sand art we used to make when I was a kid. Like, ugh. I don't think I want to eat that, but yeah. So thank you so much again for being here. I hope your week is going great. I hope you have a fun weekend planned. A fun weekend for me is a weekend where I don't have to do anything, and that's kind of what I have coming up. The grass, the lawn people came out today and aerated and overseeded my yard. I always get stressed leading up to that. I mean, I've known for a month that they were coming. But before they come, you have to make sure to mow your yard down as low as possible. And I'm always afraid the weather won't cooperate. And it really kind of didn't. My poor son, my older son, he was out mowing yesterday kind of in the rain because it was very drizzly all day. But I said, it's got to be done. You got to go out there, dude. I'm sorry. So he got it done, though. And then later after school, my younger son came home and he did the front. My older son did the back. And, yeah, so, but it was done. It's time for them to come today and aerate and overseed. And now we have to water it every day. And of course, like every year, you know, if it rains, you don't have to water the yard. But it's supposed to be watered every day, whether it rains or you water it. And of course, every year, right after they aerate and overseed, it won't rain for 3 or 4 weeks. Like, we will have no measurable rain now that that's been done. There will be no more rain. No rain. I was looking at the forecast. No freaking rain in the forecast for the next week and a half at all. Just zero rain, of course. Of course, that means we have to water it. And you do have to water it. I mean, the aeration and overseeding is expensive, and you want to make sure that that seed gets watered and, you know, make the most of it. So, yeah, it sucks. But I'm going to have my kids doing most of it, so I've already talked to them about that. So, they're going to be doing most of it. And I'll do some. I don't mind doing it, actually. It's nice. I'll put in my earbuds and I'll listen to music or a podcast or just whatever, a video. I'll just listen to it, you know. And it doesn't bother me. I just go out there and kind of zone out. It's kind of nice. It's kind of peaceful. It's kind of like the little Zen gardens with the little rake in the sand, you know. Watering the yard it doesn't bother me. It's actually kind of relaxing. I kind of enjoy it. So, but the instructions are that you're supposed to water it every day, unless it rains, until it gets too cold to do it. Like when it starts getting cold and you don't feel like doing it anymore because it's chilly outside, then you can stop. But you're supposed to go on well into October, like the 2nd, 3rd, 4th week of October. You're supposed to keep it watered every day. Usually by about the 3rd week of October, it started getting a little too chilly to stand out there and water it, because you're out there for a while. And, you know, that water, you get water on your hands from the hose and it's just cold. And blah, I don't want to be out here. This sucks. When it starts getting like that, I figure, you know what? I think we're good. I think we've watered it enough. I think it's on its own now. It's okay. I'm kind of over it at that point. But anyway, that happened today while I was gone, and I could watch them on the cameras. I have cameras around the house and on my lunch hour. They came right around my lunch hour. So I'm sitting in the break room watching, I'm on my phone watching them aerate the yard, and then they went around and did the seed. No, they do the seed first. I think they do the seed first and then they aerate, or maybe it's the other way around. I don't know. I think they did aerate first. Did they aerate first? Anyway, I watched them, and they have this little remote controlled aerator. It's so adorable. They use it in tight spaces. I just want to play with that thing. It has this big controller, and they can just run it around the yard if it's in a tight area that they can't get to with the regular one. Yeah, it looks like a lot of fun. But, yeah, I watched them just to see, you know, how they did it. They were out there for about an hour or so. They did a pretty thorough job, and it looks good. So, anyway, thank you so much for being here. I hope your week is great, and I'll see you again soon.